talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she need down the ride, oh I bet that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How y'all doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Let's chat. This episode is just that. It's going to be an episode. I want to interact with you. I had a question, and this is where your comments come in. And this is a sincere question because I'm kind of stuck, right? Kind of stuck because of what I do. I'm kind of putting a rock in a hard place, and I just want your opinion behind it. I want your opinion. All right. So I know that when people get hired for the post office, they have to go through a orientation first. Yes. Well, actually, they get their fingerprints, then they go get the orientation, and for the crafts that I do, they do a shadow day, and then they come back for the actual DDC class. Then they come back after that for an assigned day to go driving for the clerks and mail handlers. It's a little bit different, but let me ask you, if somebody goes to their orientation on your first day on the job and they show up late for a job like this, what do you think? What type of precedence does that set if they're allowed to continue on? I mean, we give a grace period, I think, of 15 minutes or so, but let's just say they show up 40 minutes late, 45 minutes late. Do you think that they really want the job? Now, I know there's people that say, oh, things happen. I understand that things happen, but on a situation like that where there's a job that can potentially change your life, for the people that have worked there 15, 20, 30 years, you know this job has changed your life regardless of. Would you just purposely show up late and feel like it's okay? That's a serious question. And if you did feel like it's okay, please explain why you feel like it's okay. And if you feel like it's not okay, please explain why you don't think it is okay. Because what ends up happening on my end is, if they show up late, we give them a little grace period. But then I'm very, very strict when it comes down to being on time, when it comes down to the actual driving portion of it. And if they happen to show up late on that day, now they have a pattern. They haven't even started work yet. They showed up late for their orientation. Here they show up late for their shadow day, show up late for their DDC class. Then they show up late for their actual driver's training, and suppose they pass, because my job is simply just to make sure that they can drive good. But now they pass. Now they have to wait to go to the academy and do all this stuff. By the time they get to their actual station, it's about 35, 40 days in on a 90-day probation period. Right? So a lot of the stations are like, well, why'd you send us this garbage? And, I turn around and say, well, my job is to stay in my lane, and I can solely only judge them by their driving. Now, if they can't drive, they're not going to get past me. But if they can drive, now it's on you. So I hear the argument, because I had the serious question for a couple of people that work in my place, managers, and they said, they feel bad because it's like there's no system of checks and balances when it comes down to the new people coming in. It kind of sets a precedence because, number one, a lot of them can't, actually pass the real assessment. The ones that we took when we started way back in the day. They do this online thing, which is extremely easy. If you don't know, y'all know who I am. But they just kind of graze through everything, and they just take this like it's just a flyby. Other places, there's no pride or dignity in it. They show up late like, I don't care, whatever. Yeah, it's weird to me how people feel that way, and unfortunately, it Yeah, and I'm not picking on anybody, but a lot of it's the younger generation. They just kind of feel like they're entitled. One of my coworkers said, they feel like the job should cater to them. They shouldn't cater to the job. And, when he said that, it kind of rang a bell. And I was like, wow, that, it kind of sucks. But when I spoke to the managers, the managers that I spoke to was like, you sort of dump them onto the stations, and now the stations have to deal with them, and it's almost impossible for them to get rid of them. They got a lot of paperwork to go through. Anyway, do I feel bad for them? No, but then, it's a guilt trip, because I'm like, wow, yeah, they kind of sucked. When they were around there, they showed up late. They were you can kind of tell. In my position, it's a psychology thing. You kind of tell who's not going to be good and so on and so forth. But I've never been a carrier. Yep, my laundry's done. But no, seriously, you're singing. That is the most ridiculous thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. Do y'all have any opinion behind that? Because at the end of the day, this occurs when, they hire the mail handlers or the clerks and they show up late. Who shows up late to your first few days of work? Really? And if it's okay, then it becomes a pattern, because they really don't have to keep them because they can let you go for anything. But then they come on here or they go on Reddit and say, oh, they treated me like trash, or they did this, and the third. Sometimes I read a lot of that and I'm like, well, what did you do to trigger that initial response? There are some pretty bad managers out there, but if you go to a station and all of a sudden they dump you on the heaviest routes, because it happens, they just, I call it the hazing period, put you through the ringer, and then they get like, man, I can't do all of this. I told them I had other things to do. It's so complex, the thought process, because there are people that have been there, even the younger people that have been there from, when you're 18 and you start, or 20, you start, and you're 30 now, you're still younger. And you actually see the value in this place. And then you see other people that have come in at 18, 19, 20, and they don't take it the same way that you do. Because I realize that we have a lot of different personalities that watch me, and everybody has their own form of opinion, and that's great. I just want your opinion about, during the hiring process, whose job really is it to say, hey, these people ain't really good? Or is it just, leave it up to the managers to figure that out? But then when they get there, a lot of the workers that are working there turn around and say, man, they just hiring anybody trash off the street now. Because I'll go to some stations and they're like, yo, what the hell? How'd you? And I'm like, look, that's not my job. I got to stay in my lane. My lane is to see if somebody can drive. That's it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I want everybody to work. I want everybody to succeed. I don't think everybody deserves to work here. Now, this place ain't up here. Don't get me wrong. But for a place where you can make good money, and some of you are like, there ain't no good money for what we do. I asked the question 2 months ago, and I keep going back to that video. For those that are new, I said, tell me what other job. Put it in the comment section that anybody can apply to that can start off making this type of money with the same type of benefits. And I haven't gotten a response. I put that out there. I said, somebody tell me, not a UPS, because you don't start off as a carrier and making all that kind of money. FedEx or Contractors. So somebody tell me that anybody can just come off the street and work at without a skilled trade. Because like I said, I can drive trucks and I can go out and make the same amount of money or more if I left here today. What job can somebody leave here today with the skills that you basically have just from working here and make the same kind of money? Nobody commented. That's wild. Nobody, because tell me, just tell me. Somebody, if you know something, because other people want to know. Other people want to know where you can make the same type of money per hour as well as benefits. Remember what I said, benefits and the money. I haven't seen it yet. Nonetheless, I'm not drifting, but like I said, this is a conversation piece. I just want to know, am I wrong? And I love the fact that you guys are commenting and chiming in. This is a very rough week with all the foolishness going on with people, supervisors getting caught out there, and you know, the SNDCs and RPDCs are just, you know, machines just going everywhere. And just so you guys know, I put that short up and they were like, oh, this was replacing us. I put it up there because somebody sent it to me so you can see it. But that happens everywhere. It happens everywhere. It's not like that machine broke. No, it's just the sensor didn't stop it from going. That happens almost every plant at least once or twice. Easily. So it's not that it's something new. It was just maybe something new for other people to see. So anyway, I don't know. This is just kind of a rant, questions, just getting opinions. I like to hear opinions. I seek knowledge. Trust that. It's my whole new thing. Seeking knowledge, trying to get, because some people have been correcting me, telling me certain things that I didn't know. And I love it. People are emailing me. I respect it. Thank you for all of that. Also, you know, the little guy, my son, he is very adamant about getting to his 1,000. Thank you guys for subscribing that have. He came on in the end of the last video. But if you do have time, I'll leave a link to his channel. Please, you can subscribe to it. You don't have to put your notification. I've never said it, so I don't even care. But the notification bell, whatever it is, just subscribe. You don't have to watch the videos. He's trying to reach a goal. And if I can help him that, and you guys can help him with that, that would be really awesome. I appreciate that. But please, on to the topics of the new workers coming in, what your opinions are about them, what could be different in any craft, in any field altogether. And please be respectful with each other, because there's gonna be some total opposite spectrums of opinions. Please. People are gonna say, oh, these people are lazy. No, you people are just trained. No, just have respect for each other and you know, chop it up. I like conversation pieces because I read everything. I tell you, I read everything. You know, and maybe I'll throw a video out there about, you know, some of the answers. All right, this is JH, and I'm out.